Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you could tell by the title of the video, it's another why I'm not purchasing this particular product. And for today, I'm talking specifically about the new launch that Charlotte Tilbury is doing, or relaunch or re-promote. Yeah, the Glogasm summer collection. She's bringing back one of the face palettes that she released 4 years ago. And yeah, so I'm basically going to tell you why I won't be wasting my money on that product. So let's get started. Okay, hair is a little wild. I kind of feel like I'm in the 80s. I did have my hairstylist put these cute little feathers in, just give me a pop of color. It kind of takes away the itch of changing my hair up. I did see her yesterday. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a couple of pictures from Trend Mood of the whole collection. Basically a re-promote of the Glogasm face palette that she released 4 years ago. I went on YouTube and searched the palette and the videos seem to be about 4 years old. And at the time she did come out with 2 different shade ranges for these palettes. One for your lighter skin tones and then one for your darker skin tones, even though I don't think that bronzer is dark enough. She's also releasing a new Glogasm shade. It's that shimmery or sheeny liquid blush that she has. That formula has never interested me. It just seems like it might be too glowy, almost like a highlighter. So I don't own any of those. And 2 new lip glosses. I've never tried her lip gloss formula, but it just doesn't interest me, honestly. And that's about it. That's what is being released for this Glogasm summer collection. Okay, so here is a picture of the 2 palettes that she came out with 4 years ago. You can clearly see which one is meant for your lighter skin tones and which one is meant for your darker skin tones, simply because of the blush shades and the highlighter. Now, as far as the bronzer or sculpting shade, the only difference I can personally see is that the one for the darker complexions has a reddish undertone in it, and the one for lighters is more of a neutral shade. For me personally, I look at the darker one, and that is not deep enough for your dark complexion individuals like Nima Tang. There's no way she can make this sculpting or bronzer shade work. And I'll go ahead and show a picture here of the swatches that they have on the site. And it looks ashy on the dark arm. At least that's what I personally see with my naked eye. Now, I don't think these are actually swatches. I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not pretty sure, but my guess is that they are like done on the computer. It's just not dark enough. And I get it, because as soon as I posted about this, I did get messages and whatnot that this is a re-promote and all that. I understand, I get that. Trust me, I understand that. My issue is that it's not deep enough. She needs to give us a deep enough shade, because that's just a whole group is being just left out. Someone said that she brought this one back because it looks like she only brought the one for like your deeper complexions, that palette, back for this year, and it's because it was her best seller. Yeah, but how do you know if you make that palette with a deep tone bronzer and actually provide it to us? How do you know it's not going to be a top seller if you're not actually providing the product? All right, as you can tell, I am not sculpted, so we are going to use the Nudegasm palette that I own. I feel like with face palettes, if all the shades in here work for you, then they are a great investment because they save you space when you are traveling. Instead of bringing 4 products with you, you bring this one palette and boom, you have 4 different makeup products for you. This is the Nudegasm palette that was released a year ago. I'll put a picture up here of the one that she's re-promoting, and as you can tell, this is pretty similar to that one shade, and the highlight is also pretty similar, except I feel mine is a little bit less gold than the one in the palette that she's re-promoting. And then this pretty much looks like the sculpting shade in the palette. The only difference is I have a lighter one and there is a second like blush sheen shade in there. So I'm skipping for that reason. I don't feel like I need it. These pans are pretty big and I don't think I will ever hit pan on them, and it's just unnecessary for me to purchase it. I know there's quite a bit of people who missed out on it and they're going to purchase it, but I'm just not one of those. I don't think I was into Charlotte Tilbury 4 years ago. I don't even think I knew who Charlotte Tilbury was. Okay, so we are going to use this palette. I'm going to jump into these two bronzer shades, and this is like a baked chocolate formula, which looks like the ones in this palette are the same. So this is the lighter shade and this is the darker shade. She only came out with this one palette last year, which is very disappointing. You can build these up pretty deep, but it's just, yeah, she could have done better. So we're going to jump into this one here. I definitely feel like the beauty brands that are pretty inclusive with their products, their base products, and give us an acceptable shade range, the deep ones are sold out almost immediately. So I don't understand like why these luxury brands feel like, I'm guessing if they come out with, you know, deep tones, that they're not going to sell as good. But it's like, how do you know that if you're not providing it, you know? Maybe 1 year provide it and see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well, then okay, for the next launch, rethink the strategy, maybe bring us less. You know, Charlotte Tilbury has a good amount of money, so I think she'll be all right. It's like, how are you going to know it's going to go well or not if you're not actually giving us that, you know? But I do feel like the companies that do offer a really good shade range, the deeper shades are sold out quick, or they're always sold out, right? I don't know. Why don't you let me know down below what you think? Okay, now I'm going to jump into the darker one and use it like as a bronzer. I am going to tread a tiny bit soft because this one can get dark and deep pretty fast. And I did see a couple of videos of this palette from last year. There were some individuals with a tiny bit deeper complexion that were able to make it work, but somebody who is like deep tone like Nima Tang. I'm trying to think who else is like that I watched that has it. Well, Nima Tang hasn't really posted much. There's some pretty dark creators out there, and there's just no way that this palette that she's promoting is gonna work for them. But as you can see, it's very pretty, very soft. It's almost blurring my skin a tiny bit. So her formula is beautiful. I cannot deny that. I feel horrible that a group of people don't get to experience this formula. Sorry, I thought I was filming. I jumped into this little Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow in Color of Dreams. It's like a cream blush. It's a cream blush. It's not like a cream blush. Sephora 96. I didn't even tell you what I used for the bronzers. So for the light sculpting shade, I used the Sigma and Brianna Fox 5. And for the darker like bronzing shade, I used this Soft Blend 60 from Sigma. And now, like I said, the Sephora 96. But what I was saying is that I filmed a video, hopefully I can get it up for this Friday, and I talk about things that I wish makeup brands would change. And one of the things I talk about is beauty brands focusing on providing us with a better shade range, because I feel like there are some items that they have launched and we feel like it's not enough shades. And if they worked on that, and instead of bringing new products and maybe upgrading the shade range, I feel like a lot of people would absolutely appreciate that, right? At least I would. But yeah, hopefully I can get that video up this week. This video should be up If not today, then tomorrow. And I think tomorrow I'll just do like a double featured day. I just have so much content I want to get out. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to jump into the blush here, and this one is a very glowy blush. I use it, but not enough. I usually put another blush shade underneath it. I have used it on its own, but I prefer it with something underneath it. This is the Sonia G Soft Cheek. Also a beautiful formula. Like these palettes, the formula is absolutely gorgeous. I just, you know, she needs to work on the shade range. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. I don't feel like it's a lot to ask for, but you know, I'm not Charlotte, so. Okay. It's looking so pretty, isn't it? See, all of you who can't use this because the sculpting shades just don't go with your skin tone, you're missing out. You are missing out, and I hate it. We're going to jump into the highlighter. This is a Sigma Soft Blend 40. I feel like face palettes, unless you can make all of the shades work for you, they're pretty much a waste of money. And also face palettes that have 2 blush shades, like you are never ever going to go through those blushes, and I feel like it's a waste of money. I wish she would focus on bringing us a face palette that would just make more sense as far as a bang for your buck, like the Love face palette. Those were great. The only thing is, like, she only released 2, and again, the issue with, you know, the setting powder, it was just not gonna work for decomplexion people. It just wasn't. Maybe something like this, but instead of 2 sculpting shades, maybe provide something else here, or maybe even make the pans half this size and only include one of each formula, whatever she exchanges one of these for, and give us like 4, 5, or 6 options. Like, I feel like that would go over so much better than what she's doing, and a lot more people will be happy. Now, I know this, you will not be able to keep everyone happy. That's just, sadly, you know, that's life. You cannot keep everyone happy. It's impossible. But if she did what I suggested, she would keep a lot more people happy than what she has kept with her not being inclusive enough. Okay, that is pretty much going to be it. My child is here. For this video, I'm not doing my eyes because I am going to film another video after this. I kind of just wanted to give my 2 cents about this relaunch. It looks like a very beautiful palette. That I will not deny. Look at my face. Gorgeous. But if you own this, I don't think you really need it. If you missed out on this and you're gonna get it anyways, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I do feel like she does a very good job with her products. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video and say why I'm not purchasing it. Mainly is because I already own this, and I feel like 3 out of the 4 shades in the new palette that she's relaunching, I pretty much have a close version to them, and I just don't need another one, not even to compare the formula. Yeah, I don't need it. And I needed to say something about the shade. I just had to. I couldn't sit here and not say anything about it. It needs to be brought to her attention, so I hope that her team goes and looks at reviews and actually hears the feedback, and they report back, and maybe they're doing something to change, and it's just taking a while. But I feel like it's been said and done for quite some years now, and they haven't changed. So I feel like they're missing a whole demographic, and they could be adding those sales to their current sales, but because they're not actually providing that demographic with what they need, that's why they don't notice it. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too much of a rant, but yeah, as you could see, my face looks beautiful. Charlotte Tilbury knows what she's doing. Her products are beautiful. I truly enjoy them, and they're definitely some of my top favorite products. So that I'm not disappointed with. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, I truly do really appreciate it. I don't say it just to say it. I actually do really appreciate every single one of you. She's dying to say hello. Di hola.
Hola.
Okay, well, with that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Okay, my lovelies, I will see you on the next video. Bye.